24th of August, and you end right before Memorial Day. So, and if it were me, I would want to end a little bit later, and because in August we still have good weather. You know, you come back to school, go as deep into August if you can. Yeah.
Are you guys ready?
Hey,
George, you ready?
Ready, buddy.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular school board meeting agenda for Garden Valley School District number 71. It's Wednesday, February 8th, 2023 at 6:01 p.m. Can I get a roll call, please?
George Simpson, Morris Morgan,
Kylie Peters. We all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, do I have a motion to approve and adopt agenda?
Madam Chair, I move that we approve and adopt the agenda as posted and written. I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Okay, consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the approval of minutes from January 10th, 2022 regular school board meeting, the treasurer's report, as well as the payment of bills and journal entries?
Madam Chairwoman, I move that we approve the consent agenda as written. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Aye. Item number 6, delegations and reports. A, superintendent report from Randy Thompson.
thank you, Madam Chair. Just a few things tonight. First off, I'm very pleased to announce that high school senior Gracie Castillo has been selected to speak before our state legislature on February 20th. She will be making a presentation to both the Senate Education Committee and the House Education Committee on what it's like to be a rural student in Idaho. So I think I mentioned to the board last time that she went to the conference with me and Dr. Lynch, and that she really impressed them, and they asked her to come back and speak to the legislature. We're really proud of her. So we'll have her in here after that happens and all, and maybe recognize her. Enrollment numbers, you saw the report come out with 285 total. That includes 7 in pre-K and 5 in Lowman. The budget email, you saw that with the latest on the operating statement from the monthly. A legislative update, I just wanted to report back to the board that the Jewel lawsuit that we joined last year, they are in settlement negotiations. They have advised us that they're getting ready to let us know by district how much would be coming to each district by district in terms of monetary amounts. I still don't have any specific information, but that'll come to the board for approval on the settlement once that comes out. This same law firm has reached out about the possibility of filing a class action suit against social media companies and how they are affecting the mental health issues of school children. So they put us on notice and said they would be forwarding more information. Obviously, the board would have to approve us joining such a lawsuit, but just wanted to put that on your radar. In the future, there'll be some more coming down on that. And then finally, we have a recognition tonight. We want to recognize our drama team. So I'm going to ask Kia and her, she's got a couple of her people with her, if they will come up, and the board will help me recognize these individuals. She's got a few that are out of town, but they put on Peter Pan Jr. How many weeks ago? No, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago. Yeah, okay. It was a resounding.
I'm still sleeping.
It was a resounding success. We got a lot of great comments from the community and the parents, and it was just heartwarming to see the kids do such a wonderful job. So Kia wanted to recognize Michelle Davis. She's not here tonight. Lena Shuck and Ryan Shuck, who all helped out. Ashlyn Lovelace. Ashlyn. You can come on down and shake hands with the board if you like. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Joni Powell. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerry.
And Kia, we are extremely proud of you. You came on last year and got this program going, and it's just been great, and we're very appreciative. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Kia, I'll let you take these and get to the guys.
Yeah, they're in New York watching the Broadway musical.
That's all I have, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Item D, principal report, Dr. Stephen Lynch.
Here is an incident report for this semester.
Yep.
And right now, the numbers are much lower than they have been in the past. 10 was the lowest amount in week 3. And then in between those, we had 31 at the high for the semester. But overall, the trend is very impressive. I think that is a testimony to the teachers. I think that the management is much improved. And I believe that the students are very aware of the expectations in the classrooms and everywhere else. As you can see from the graph as well, the number of incidents is consistent throughout the entire school year. It's happening mostly at the middle school level. But it is, overall, numbers are actually coming down in terms of the volume. Any questions with this?
Nope. Thanks for doing that.
Looks good.
And I think just a couple of things that we've been working on here. We've submitted 2 grants. One is the telemedicine telehealth. That is to get the hardware in here so that we can remotely access services that we desperately need. So that has been sent, and we'll hear back here in about 6 weeks. The other one is for CPR mannequins and equipment, so that has been sent. And then a lot of credit needs to go to Kevin Hennessy, Miranda Hennessy, Sarah Mulliken, and Ronnie. So I think a lot of hours went into that, so thank you for that. And then for the next 2 PDs, we've actually secured an Idaho STEM Action Center. They're going to be coming in and running through science-based projects for us, so we can actually implement it into the classes. And the second one is the State Department of Ed is coming in, so they can give us training for ISATs for both science, math, and ELA. So that'll be the next 2 upcoming PDs.
Okay.
Questions?
Let me see. Looking good. Thank you, Steve.
Okay, moving on, community forum on agenda items. So public comment will be taken from the public on matters scheduled on the agenda. The chairman may interrupt or terminate an individual statement when it is too lengthy, personally directed, abusive, offensive, repetitive, or irrelevant. A person wishing to speak on an agenda item should fill out a request to appear before the board form 4105F and submit it to the board clerk before the meeting begins. These forms are available to sign at the desk. Do you have any?
So we did receive 2, but they were placed later on in the agenda due to the nature of them. More appropriate to be done either during new business executive session. So nothing for community forum.
Thank you.
Okay, item 8, new business. A, interview board candidate for zone 2. The candidate to be interviewed is Tracy Goff.
He doesn't. Tracy, if you can grab a chair and just
Come on up.
relax. And we're supposed to be kind of in a camera zone here.
Yeah, right.
Right there.
Oh, there is a camera. Great. Camera had 70 pounds.
Wow. Well, first of all, thank you for taking the time and
My pleasure.
expressing the energy and effort to put towards the school. So do you guys have any questions?
I am Tracy Goff, by the way. Nice to meet you all.
Okay. Tracy, how long have you been a resident of Garden Valley?
Right at 7 years. I was born and raised in Caldwell, raised my family in Napa, so I'm an Idaho kid.
Mhm.
If you're elected to the position, what added value do you feel like you're going to bring Garden Valley School District?
Well, another perspective maybe. I enjoy being around kids, and I've spent some time coaching as my kids were going through school. And so, I would hope maybe just another perspective.
Tracy, if you had the opportunity to be on the board, is there anything that you would change about how the school operates currently?
George, honestly, I don't think that I know enough about how the school operates yet to even answer that question. I don't.
Okay, I didn't know your involvement in that.
Yeah, I haven't been involved. One of my goals has been to get involved, and like I said, kids. I've always loved being around the kids, so I thought this would be a great opportunity. Kylie was telling me there was an opening, so.
And with this being a volunteer position, how do you feel about doing additional online trainings or going to trainings as they become available? Are you willing to do that with your free time to better the school?
Absolutely. I'm a learner. I went back to college when I was 45 years old and finished my degree. So yeah, I like to learn, and yeah, that's fine.
Tracy, just as a matter of interest, I know you might not have any idea. How many hours do you think it takes a month to be on the school board?
I'll tell you what they told me.
It's probably shocking. Yeah. I would guess 15, 20 hours a month.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
On good ones.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
20.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
absolutely. That it?
That's all my questions.
Yes, that's all my questions.
Okay.
And then thank you very much for the plan.
Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Okay, item B. Oh, yes,
We have a motion.
yeah.
So, yeah, we can discuss it, right? So, remember how we did this last time?
But then we had 2 applicants.
Right.
Now we only have 1.
So we could officially appoint tonight, even though we can't join us, right?
We can vote.
Right.
We can vote, and then depending on how the vote goes, if he comes in and is approved or voted in, then he gets sworn in next month
Right.
at the
Next
regular.
meeting.
So I move that we appoint Tracy Goff to board member for Zone 2.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Welcome. We'll need you back next month. We'll give you the details. And you'll be sworn in at the next meeting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll
In
go
the
from there.
meantime, Gabe will give you some paperwork and stuff.
Thank you.
Thanks again, Tracy.
Okay, item C, discuss and possibly approve off-site location for the 22-23 promenade.
Okay, I'm Ryan, or this is Gertie Furman, these are juniors, so every year the junior class puts on prom. I'm the advisor this year. Gertie is the brave person who just came straight from basketball practice to tell you. So I'll leave it to Gertie to tell you the idea for our prom this year.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so prom is very fun, very nice high school activity, and I know past years we haven't been able to do it because of COVID, and having to do it in the school sometimes is a hassle. And this year my class decided we wanted to do it at an off-site location, 60 Chapel, which is right on Old Crouch Road. And these are some of the flyers that we would put out post-approval, informing people about what it is, what kind of food we're serving, where at, how long. And that's the main gist.
Have they agreed to let you guys have prom there?
Yes,
Everything's
we
good?
have been approved there, on there.
Cost free.
Is there a fee?
No, cost.
Okay,
So by policy, the board has to approve an off-site prom, so that's the reason they're presenting to you. So
So that how, usually at prom we have chaperones, right?
Yes, so we plan to have one per 10 kids. Right now, I think we have 8 chaperones.
We're up to 11 now.
Okay, 11 now. So a few names, we have Michael and Rebecca Thompson. We have Yuri Beersley, Jason Lindstrom, Angie Waters.
Yeah, I don't-
It's
We have-
okay, we don't have to
yeah.
know who the chaperones are, they're up to you guys. It's just that I asked because it is, I know the venue and there are many different parts to it. Unlike a big open space where everything is visible, having 11 chaperones, I think is great because then you can cover all areas of the venue just for the safety of our kids.
You guys have any other questions?
No,
I do not, and I think
I
it's a
don't.
good idea. It's exciting.
yeah, it's exciting.
Yeah.
Do I have a motion to approve an offsite location for prom this year?
Madam Chair, I'd like to propose that we okay 66 Chapel Lane as the off-site location for prom for 2022, 2023.
I will second that.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Rudy. All right, item D, discuss and possibly approve adding Future Cities as a school affiliated club.
So we have, come on up, Dr. Lynch, some representatives here from Future Cities, and let me take this opportunity to congratulate them on the state competition and their winnings and qualifying to go to federal, to the national competition, which is in 2 weeks?
It's next Friday.
Next Friday, okay, I knew it was coming up close. So we're really proud of them, but there's a proposal to make them a school club, and I'll let Dr. Lynch talk about the
Yeah, in
specifics.
conversations with mentors, there's a conversation to approve this based on our conversations that we'll explore further. And then we just would like to have a blessing from the school district so that we can have those continuing conversations. And the documents will be submitted to for your approval. So, but it's, what we're asking for right now is the approval to have the possibility of adding this as a club for the school.
Okay, and this would be a club that is like after, it's not a
Correct.
school class, right?
There's discussions around that. We would, that's future planning, but then we would like to actually see it in large part after school as well. But we would like to see it in the classes, but in the event that that doesn't happen, then after school certainly.
So just for clarity, you're asking for permission to start, to begin the process?
Correct.
Not for the approval, so you just.
Correct, for the time
Begin the
being.
process. Okay.
Exactly. I think their focus right now is solely on the competition, but then once they come back and have a little bit of breather, we are going to explore this with the idea or with the hopes of starting the club.
I don't think you need board approval for the discussing it and like exploring whether you would want this to be a club, because I know when there was a sports club being formed, it only comes to the board for us to authorize it. But I mean, you're asking for permission, and
Correct.
maybe you're just trying to inform us, and we appreciate that.
Well, with the understanding that we are prepared, once we have a discussion that we are gonna actually sign the documents for your approval, so that's part of the process as well. But
The
also-
legwork going into
Exactly.
it, you want to make
Because-
sure, got it.
Absolutely.
Because one of the questions at that time we would ask is, what are the implications for the school?
Correct. And then we'll have that better prepared for you at that point in time.
Yeah,
So you need an approval to begin the legwork.
Correct.
to
And it is
present more.
informative, it's informative as well at the same time.
All right, Madam Chair, I move that we approve adding Future Cities discussion as a school affiliated club.
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay,
Thanks, Dr. Lynch.
awesome.
And I
Thank
think
you,
there was
Future
one more
City
item, I'm
people.
not sure.
No.
Is that the next one?
Oh, the curriculum.
Item E, discuss and possibly approve the disposal of the surplus old curriculum items.
So there have been a lot of things identified that are no longer used and need to be disposed of, but it does require board approval. So that was the reason for adding this item.
And we were given a list and with our board packet, so we know what's on the list if we went through it. Madam Chair, I'd like to move that we approve the disposal of surplus old curriculum items.
I will second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, item F, discuss and possibly approve the 2023-2024 school year calendar.
Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. We started on this several weeks ago and formed a committee involving parents, teachers from all grade levels or functional levels. And we looked at different options for the school calendar. And we came up with a few. We sent it out for a vote, narrowed it down to 2 versions. And that's what you have in your packet, version 1 and version 2. And then we did a final vote this week that we tallied up just an hour or so ago, the final results. And that's in your board packet as well. And on the we had the faculty and staff vote. We also had parents vote. The faculty and staff were basically 12 to 13, so almost a deadlock tie between the 2 versions. The parents' vote came out 31 in favor of version 2 and 26 in favor of version 1. And the main difference between version 1 and version 2 is the start and end date. The holidays in the middle are all basically the same and all. It's just a matter of preference as to whether you start the next to the last week of August or the last week of August, and whether you end before Memorial Day or after Memorial Day. And that it's still pretty close. I mean, there's a flavor for both. So it's really, Hannah, you want to add anything about the voting or anything? Hannah was kind of heading that up for us.
So I mean, it was very dead even in the first vote when we had the 3 options. And then again, like you mentioned, I mean, if you total up the votes, I think there's maybe 4 more when you include parent and staff for calendar 2. But I mean, so it's very split, so whatever you guys choose.
Is there any
I don't want to be in
advantage?
this position.
Is
I
there
feel I'm being manipulated. I don't want to be in this position. You guys need to decide, and you bring something here and we approve it. Don't ask me to, because the vote is split almost 50-50, and I'm going to upset half of the teachers at the school. I don't want to be in that position. I'm sorry. You might have a motion, but you're not going to have a second.
Is there any advantage to the school cost-wise either way?
Nope.
No.
And I
It's
noticed you
really
guys,
a preference of whether you want to have more vacation time in the month of August or more vacation time at the end of May. It's really what it boils down.
We still
Madam-
get our portion.
Madam Chair, I think it will be a good practice because of all that's happening in the country and the teachers being divided and the community being divided so closely that they continue with the discussion. It will be so healthy that they together can come up with a resolution themselves and not pass the buck to the school board who's already in trouble.
You're making some really good points today for us.
We tried to have our conversation and it just continued to be split. So we did the extra step down.
Yeah, I heard that about that. You said you tried, and I heard something about trying and not succeeding. What do you do after that? Have you heard that thing
I can't.
about trying and not succeeding? Have you heard that?
Try again.
Yeah, that one.
So it was pretty split.
I've got no basis, on a serious note, I have no basis for making a decision. This does not affect me at all. I mean, I only look at October, and I don't see that there's a day off in October, like first day of hunting season or something like that.
Yes, that is right. We did talk about that. There is something like that.
Well, there's no basis for me to make the decision because I don't have
But we
to.
do have to make a decision. Right?
Let's,
So it could be pushed a month.
What's the buck?
I mean, you want to publish it to parents as quickly as possible,
Yeah.
I
so
think,
they can make plans for next year, but
Place them on.
well, I'm a parent in school. I know what I would like,
Okay, then I get,
you know?
Currently, we're ending the last week of August, right? The way we're celebrating.
ending or
We
So
start. So normally, we've always started like August 14th.
right,
So what
like in the
we're,
middle of August.
yeah, so what this calendar's proposing is a little more summer vacation in August. Because kids have 4-H fair the first week of August, and then they're back
It's
to
really
school.
not much difference. It's only like 3-4 days.
how will, it's a week.
It's a week.
Well,
Yeah.
How will this affect the coaching and the fall sports? And the full
I
sports
asked the
schedule.
coaches, yeah, they still do their practices, just school will not have started. Doesn't change their schedules or anything.
all right, Madam Chair, I move that we table this for one more month. What are you doing about it? It's only a motion. I'd be happy to pick one that,
And how do we distinguish between the two?
that's version 1 there, the second.
Oh, version 1 and version 2?
So August 24th would be the first day of school for middle school and high school, right? And then elementary would start on the 5th.
Correct. Elementary, the state requires fewer instructional hours for elementary.
Right.
And it takes a little bit longer to get them ready for the school year at the beginning of the year. There's some screening that has to be done, assessments and things like that. So this gives the teachers in elementary time to do all of that before they bring the kids in. That's it, so.
Okay.
What was the motion?
And then the 30th, with the second calendar, is they
Let's just approve the school
start on
year
the 30th.
calendar, because it's-
And then elementary starts on the 7th.
Correct.
Okay, hey, Madam Chair, I move that we approve the 2023-2024 school year calendar to be version 2. That's my motion.
Version 2?
And let's make it a motion.
Since you were on the committee, you can share anything
Yeah,
you
if you
want
have
to share.
something to share, Lisa, since you were on the committee, please
Well, one of
do.
the things that we thought about with the later start, which both of these do have that option. 4-H we brought back a few years ago. Fair has been the last week in July, so our kids have had about 2 weeks in between.
Yep.
This year it's the first week of August, so they're committed to something all summer long, and then they get 1 week and then they start school again. So we're very happy that that made the cut, and we, as a community, I think we value our time off with our kids and the little onesies, twosies in between. I know it's nice to have a long for a weekend, but we already had a 3-day weekend, so. So I would just add on here, like, just so everybody knows, there was a later, both of these have a later start than we had.
Yeah.
That was a huge focus on the committee, that was a resounding, everybody did that. So these already are starting at least a week later, if not 2, and then later in the week, so that, because that first day of school, let's be honest, what is it? Like getting their locker set up, getting them just back into the groove of like, oh, I have to attend school. So, I think the real difference on these, just, sorry.
Time to look at you.
The real difference on these is definitely it's just a week later. So one, I think version 2, if I'm not mistaken, version 2 starts the latest in August, which means that the kids go a week after Memorial Day.
Right.
So, and then version 1 starts the week earlier in August, but it's still later than what we've been doing. And then it goes, there's a half day on the Friday before there. So it was to keep, the teachers were pretty passionate about having like President's Day, so they have like a little bit of a reprieve insanity during the year. So yeah, so they're all good. I think there were a lot of good discussions. There was a high school teacher, middle school teacher, and elementary teacher all represented on the committee. The community meetings was Lisa and I. Randy was there, so I mean, there's a lot of good things that went in there. Hopefully everybody's happy. It sounds like it's a stalemate.
Well, and maybe for peace of mind,
concern. One concern I would like to share about the version that goes past Memorial Day is that there are a lot of families that plan full family vacations or visits that week. And we did discuss that there is a likelihood that there will be a large amount of the student body that simply does not come back till the last week.
Right.
And I think that's a real concern. So as you're thinking about it, you might take that into consideration, because what's the point of having the data?
Yeah, that's a very valid concern.
That's a good point.
And I think too, just maybe for some peace of mind on your comment, Morris, is that, and I can't speak for everyone, because I haven't had a conversation with every person in the school, but I've tried a few, and it doesn't sound like people are like incredibly like, passionate, and it must be this calendar. It's just like, oh, this is just the one I voted for, because they liked it, and for whatever reason, I don't think that it will be an upset aggregate, if that makes sense.
Trying to
I
soften
think
the
either
blow.
one is better than what we have.
Okay.
But number one is better.
But we have a motion.
Yeah. Do I have a motion?
We have a motion. I have a motion.
Okay.
Okay.
Can we, can we just take a vote of who's
No,
here?
we have to. Oh, yeah, we do so.
But you, did you make a motion for two?
Yeah, so you just have to not second it.
Okay.
So another point that was brought up is like Starlight season and the kids that participate in Starlight, that always starts from, Memorial.
Good point. Okay, so I have a motion out there for version 2. I'm looking for a second.
Do I have a second
I might not get one.
on calendar 2?
Well, you know.
Okay.
Okay,
I have another motion.
Okay.
Madam Chair, I move that we approve calendar version 1.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, calendar 1 it is.
All right. Where's that ball for?
Okay, and thank you to everybody who spent their free time on that committee.
Yes. Thank you very much for everybody
Yeah,
taking the
thank
time
you.
to handle that.
Okay, old business, item 9.
Okay,
Item A, discuss and possibly form a wastewater drinking water planning committee.
okay. So I've been in contact with some people and I have interest in people wanting to be on this committee.
Okay,
So last we spoke, we were deciding whether we wanted to form a committee with the board or with Randy, right? With the
Or the
superintendent.
super, but you've been talking to people.
Right, but I'm just asking if they want to be involved. So, Randy, would you, or you recommend it to a motion?
Yes. Yes, but,
So we have to decide which way, or table it again.
yeah, no, but, I mean, can we go with the board appointed committee?
We can go
we
with whatever we
have
want.
3 options.
Yes.
Right.
So super appointed board,
No public
super
meeting.
appointed committee, or we appointed committee.
What do you want to?
Huh?
Do you want to, why don't you consider this?
Yeah, let's move this forward.
Can we move it forward one more?
Yeah, we're not in a hurry on this. So. Okay, Madam Chair, I move that we table this until our meeting next month.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Item B, discuss and possibly approve the Garden Valley School being designated as a safe haven for emergencies.
They have yet to send us some paperwork that they promised. I followed up again 2 weeks ago and it's still not.
Okay, so can we table this one indefinitely until, does that mean we hear back from them and then we can? Okay,
So we'll table this one until we get information back from the county or
indefinitely.
state. Okay,
Do you want to make a motion?
yeah, Madam Chair, I move that we table this indefinitely in the event that we hear back from the designated authorities on this.
Second?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, now we're moving on to executive session. An executive session at which members of the public are excluded may be held, but only for the purposes and only in the manner set forth in this section. The motion to go into executive session shall identify the specific subsections of this section that authorize the executive session. There shall be a roll call vote on the motion, and the vote shall be recorded in the minutes. An executive session shall be authorized by a 2/3 vote of the governing body. An executive session may be held. B, pursuant to 74-2061 subsection B, to consider the evaluation, dismissal, or disciplining of, or to hear complaints or charges brought against a public officer, employee, staff member, or individual agent of a public school student. F, to communicate with legal counsel for public agency to discuss the legal ramifications of the legal options for the pending litigation for controversies not being litigated but imminently likely to be litigated. Okay,
Madam Chair, I move that we go into executive session pursuant to Idaho Code 74-2061 for subsections B and F.
Madam Chair, I will second that.
all in favor?
George Simpson? Aye.
Morris Morgan, aye.
Kylie Peters, aye.
We need to like cases of the teachers, so that's why you have the mark out things to be cheaper. It's like every word Well, 13 is yes. She's just who she is. She's just like a flower child. She's right. Not love, but she I know, I just touched numbers today, It is so, but her. Yes, he's all right. I want to take some numbers. And I've been, I can see what she still does, so it's a different. She didn't. That's my point, So, I mean, that's all. Yes. And we haven't had. Yeah, no, that's. Yeah.
That's because we have stars
I'm not really, I'm like, yeah.
It's like, it's kind of a competition, like years ago, like, the junior class, I was trying to stay for not. Start getting where it's It wasn't something weird, but I it's always kind we have some voice there. Makes it harder to do I could be in it. I could make money with it. No, I should. I was smart when I started my experience. Sir.
I'll start talking to you if I I can talk to you because you're not going to go somewhere. It was very appropriate. But I didn't know who it was. I was like, I recognize those shoes. It looks like Elena's. I'm pretty sure she has her figured out. Pick your top 10. Okay, pick your top 10 places to go to see.
What's the number here from?
Right, and then the carrots.
I'm not that very
Well, it's just before, it's not yet. I think it's just because it's not legal.
high school, there was.
That's how I feel.
You're right. So I will say, on the side of that, because I would say that we have a lot of parents who are involved with maybe anxious. I have friends that are there. They're just, they,
Oh, yeah.